Alright guys, so just wanted to show you guys my very first Kappa container ever. This is the first time I've ever gotten it. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I'm gonna show you guys how I run labs right now in 2025. Easy money farming. Only need one extra key card except from the access key card. But before I show you that, I just want to give you guys a couple of easy tips for PvE because I know a lot of you guys are casual players who play PvE, don't have that much time or doesn't keep up with the current meta of Tarkov a lot. So, my very best tip for surviving in PvE, or at least be able to fight harder, is this helmet. This helmet is by far the meta currently in Tarkov, at least in PvE. I have no idea if this works in PvP. I have not tried. I haven't played PvP in several years. But at least in PvE, this is by far the best helmet combo you can use right now. And the reason for that is, at least in my experience, if you use a helmet in PvE without a visor, or any other protection, so you're open to your face, it's like the fucking AIs just go straight for your face or your jaws or your ears. Like, it's almost like they try intentionally only to shoot you there instead of your body armor or your chest or anywhere else. And so you always want to use a helmet with a visor. Now you could use the old school exfil helmet with the visor, which is pretty much the same setup as this, but then your ears are vulnerable. And I cannot tell you guys how many times I've died to a random splint from a frag grenade hitting me in the ears, and it's so annoying. Now, there's also one important thing with helmets. The best helmets you can get are level 4 helmets with level 3 face shield. That's like the best you can get, unless you upgrade to an Altin or the Killa helmet or the Gila helmet or something. Those are level 5, but those don't allow you to use any headset. Plus, currently, at least in my experience, when I've been using those helmets, after the event update, you get like really weird audio bugs with those helmets. Like, you get double audio. You can hear your own footsteps through the other side of a wall, and it's like completely messed up. So you want to use some sort of headset currently, especially. And this helmet allows you to also put the extra protection along with the face shield, and you can still use a headset. This is huge because this level 3 aramid protects both your ears and your jaws. Like, this is insane. It goes actually below your visor. It's even lower than your visor. It protects your jaws even lower than your visor. And I cannot tell you guys how many times this helmet has saved my life. It's unbelievable. Um, and you can use it with a headset, and you can use it with the Death Shadow mask. You can have that underneath as well. Not that that's that important, but it's really nice. Now, the second thing is, whatever body armor you use, please use a body armor with neck protection, okay? That protects your throat and your on the back of your neck, because that's like the number one area you're gonna get killed if you don't have it, okay? If you see now, you can see there's almost 0 places along here where I'm not protected. There's very little gap, and so the chances of getting hit by a splint now is far smaller, or even just like a lucky buckshot or whatever. It's so much lower now. Now, the only thing about body armors when it comes to using... I should have restarted my game, but that's fine. Whatever. Now, the only important thing about body armors is you want to use, as I said, one that has neck protection. Now, the only thing though is some of them are obviously very heavy. Like the Sobrala and stuff is like almost 20 kilos. So you can of course use one that is lighter. You can, for instance, use Kilos, which is only about 9 kilos with the level 5 plates. But the important part is you want to use a body armor that has level 3 aramid, okay? That means all the extra inserts that you cannot remove or adjust, you can all repair. You want them to be level 3 aramid. So in the neck and everything, you want it to be level 3 aramid. Because otherwise, it's kind of pointless. Like if you use this one, it's a level... You can put level 4 plates in this, but it only has level 2 aramid. So it's almost not going to stop anything. So that's the only important part, is use a body armor that has throat, neck, back of the neck protection, and has level 3 aramid, okay? Now, I am rocking one that's almost 20 kilos because I have max strength, so I can, but otherwise I would use the Killa or the other these armors, the suck body armor, which is the gray one, not this one, but the gray one. This one is insanely expensive because of a quest, but you get the point. Now, my last thing is, I would highly recommend, if you're gonna use a stim for being overweight, is the Abdul Boss Tube one. This is, in my opinion, by far the best one to use for overweight, for weight limit. Just keep in mind that you do lose health regeneration with this one. So you're gonna have to counter that by using about 3 of the Propital stims during this duration, the 1800 second duration of health loss. You have to counter it, but it will take you about 3 of these during that duration. But this is by far the best one, and the reason for that is it gives you plus 20 in skill perception and plus 20 in attention. And what that does is, if you are like me and you have over level 31 or higher in attention and perception, what that does is it will allow you to get the level 50 plus, the maxed out skill, without you actually having it maxed out, but you will get the skill in raid even though you don't really have the skill, which allows you to sometimes search bodies and stuff instantly. You will see everything, every item instantly. And that's like really nice, especially like, let's say you're on a mission and you're looking for specific items like I was doing for Kappa, and you just want to search scavs bodies for mustaches, like whatever it is, you want to search stuff as quickly as possible, go through everything, then that's a very nice thing to have. So in my opinion, this one is far better than the old mule stim that everybody used to run. I feel like the mule stim is kind of, I don't know, outdated at this point. So those are some tips that I would highly suggest that you do in PvE. Now, as for labs and what this video is really about, so the only thing we're gonna need is obviously the labs access keycard, and we're gonna need the labs residential unit keycard. Now, in the run that I'm gonna show you on labs, we can also find this keycard in raid, so you might not even have to buy it all the time from the flea market. but it only has 2 uses, so you know you might have to buy it sometimes, but it's not that expensive. It's about 140,000 right now. Well, a keycard is about 160. So let's say we spent about 300,000 for the raid. So you spent about 300k for the raid. Now, in this raid, what I'm gonna show you on this route, you're gonna find a lot of good ammo, like a top tier ammo, like a lot of armor piercing ammo, good ammo. You're gonna find a lot of valuables, a lot of meds, and you might find several like the blue Terra group folders, which you could sell on the flea market for over 300,000 rubles if you want, or you can sell them to Peacekeeper for a lot of dollars. So during these runs, you can get a lot of dollars as well, which is nice because the airframe helmet and the face shield can only be bought by a Peacekeeper. You can only buy it from Peacekeeper, or you can find it in raid. This helmet you can actually find on the scavs sometimes. I've actually killed scavs who has been wearing this helmet, so... But yeah, you can only buy it from Peacekeeper. But I mean, dollars, currency doesn't really matter that much, because at the end of the day, you get a lot of rubles and you can just buy dollars. You know, it doesn't really matter that in that way, but if you do want dollars directly, you can just sell some of the items that we find. So now I'm gonna see you guys once we get into labs. Alright, so now we're into labs. Oh, that's a nice spawn. Okay, so this is the area we wanna extract from at the end of the raid. We wanna use this elevator to extract at the end. Now, if you wanna try to minimize the chances of running into raiders, yeah, you could wait with turning on the power to the end of the raid when you're gonna extract. But it's kind of random anyway if they spawn or not, so I'm just gonna turn it on now. But if you want to wait, you can. So you go into this room to turn on the power. And raiders can spawn right there. So once we come back down here again to extract, we gotta check this side. And also this hallway. We can spawn down here as well. So I'm just gonna call down the elevator so it's prepared for when we leave later. So we're gonna go up to the first floor. I'm gonna check this room because they can spawn PMCs in that room. But we're clear. And then we're just gonna make our way down the hallway to this room. This is the area we're gonna loot, the newest section of labs. And it has a lot of good loot, but I'm just gonna check one other spawn for loot. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it can spawn graphics cards and different things. So it is nice. Oh, it's a Gilla. Nice. Now you don't have to check that, but if you're looking for graphics cards or just different valuables, it is a good thing to check that spot. Now we're gonna just turn on the power first, so we get some light in here, so we can see a bit better, because it is pretty dark in this area. I would recommend you having a flashlight on your gun. Check this body. Always check this body. This body can have bitcoins on him. I've actually found bitcoin on this guy several times. So yeah, always check him. He always spawns. I've never not seen him spawn. So. Okay, so this room, this arsenal room, you can find really good ammo. Yeah, we get some AP ammo. M993, nice. M995, nice. Nice. Wow, nice. Yeah, so this room is like a very easy way to like find good ammo. Like you can find M4 ammo here very easily, especially M4 ammo. As you can see, we found 100 rounds of M995 ammo. So, yeah. Now it's gotta be said though that those rounds are kind of bugged on scavs and are only really good for bosses, but nevertheless. Okay, so this is this chair, the key card. This key card can spawn on this chair, so always check here for that key card. And then here's the room that we're gonna use the keycard on. So the first valuable spawns are on this shelf right there, yeah. Nice. Then you have here, there can spawn items on this one at times. There can be items on this bed, always check this bed. Then there's a bag up here. And then there's a gun spawn, yep, underneath this bed. Then there can spawn items on here, yep. And there can be items here as well in this wing. Item here. There can be items on these planks. There can be items on the floor underneath the bed, so check underneath the bed as well. And the funny thing is, this wasn't even that good of a room. Like, you find bitcoins here pretty often, so this wasn't even really that good of a room, but well, we'll take it. And I am already all wet, so we're gonna pop some stims. And yeah, here you can spawn stims or items on that bottle, so check that. Then we have this room, and this is the second spot where the key card can spawn. It can spawn in this cup, so always check inside this cup. Can be a key card. And there can also be stims on this thing, so always check that. There can be stims on the floor here, especially if this container hasn't spawned, but now it's here, so there's no stims. Yeah, and as you can see, it searched instantly for me because we took that stim, as I said earlier, and now we have 60 perception, so we got the elite, now we have elite skill. So yeah, that's why I like to use that stim. Okay, there's no stims here as well. They can spawn stims there as well. On a rare occasion they can spawn an item here as well, but there's nothing there this time. There can be a bag in the corner here sometimes, but it didn't spawn this time. So we go for first stim. There can be stims on this thing as well, but there isn't anything this time. Now there can be items right here as well, but there's nothing now. An item here in the corner, on the floor. Can be items here, but there is nothing. There's an item there, but that's bad. Then you have items here on this bench. You have items. Yeah. Okay, so this is the next spot where the keycard can spawn. It can spawn on these benches, so I'll check this. It's not here now, but it can be. There can also be a med bag on the floor here, but it didn't spawn. Alright, so that is this area completely looted. Okay, so some PMCs have walked through that door. Okay. Good to know. Now, I must say that was below average, what should I call it, new complex. That was pretty bad loot, below average. But that's okay, we can't be lucky every raid. So we're clear to extract. I'm gonna do another raid. Just to show you guys. Again, looting that area. Just to show you. Hopefully we get a bit of a better raid. Because that was pretty underwhelming, honestly. The loot was not that great, but it is what it is. I'm still gonna show you guys how much I get from this raid though. And then we also have to keep in mind that we gotta deduct about 300,000 from whatever we earn because of the key cards we had to buy. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna sell everything. Literally gonna sell everything from the raid. Just to show you guys how much we earned.
I'm just gonna sell them then and find them. So I want to.
Alright, so by the time that's done selling, we will be at about 2 million. So even though that raid looked extremely boring, and as I said, we didn't really get any good loot, we still ended up with earning about 2 million. And then when we done, or whatever, or about 1.9 million. So let's say we earned about 1.9 million. Let's just put it easy, 1.9 million. And we remove about 300,000. We still earned about 1.6 million. So, yeah, still pretty decent considering we didn't exactly spend a whole lot of time in that raid. Yeah, I would say that's pretty good. Wow, that was so few of them on the market. Wow, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna do one more raid, and then we're gonna see if we get a bit more lucky. But yeah. Okay, so now I spawned in on the second raid, and this is actually a really good spawn because we spawned even closer to that spot. Well, we got some good ammo, that's for sure. And a SIG spare. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. Nice. Boost him, that's good. No keycard. Oh wow, okay, that's now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's more our liking. Oh wow. We still didn't get any Bitcoin installed, but I mean, it's fine. It's okay. No key card, but okay, there's a stim. And another stim. Yeah, I should also mention, if I didn't already, the keycard can spawn here as well, on basically underneath this thing. Yeah. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not. So a lot of stims in this red one.
Enemy spotted!
Now, I am gonna show you guys one last thing. That is for those of you guys who don't know the map so well. I'm gonna show you guys if you get like a really awkward spawn. Because then I think a lot of you guys who don't know the map will just run straight through the middle of the map and just die. And so I'm just gonna show you guys what to do then if you get those spawns. And so the spawns I'm talking about is this spawn. You can spawn around here, I think, somewhere along here. Or maybe it's here, I can't remember, but you can get spawn around here somewhere. And you can also spawn right into that door right there. And a lot of people, if they don't know the map, will just go right here and then run into raiders or PMCs and stuff and get shot across the map. But if you spawn here, all you have to do is run through this hallway until you get to this stair. Or if you spawn here, you go down this stair, right, you go to the right until you get here, and then you just run straight through here, and then you go to the left, and then you go down here, and in the basement right here, there is like never any enemies. Like seriously, they don't spawn down in this area. So you just go here, and then you go to the left, through here. Right. And then once you go here, you go right, and then once you go through here, you're right here. Right in there is the power, and straight down here is the elevator, right? And then you just go up to the first floor again, and go to that room to loot. Right. It's that simple. It's very easy. Now, you can technically turn on the power in this room as well. There's a power switch to the right, straight in the door, and to the right in the corner as well, but raiders can spawn in this room, so it's much safer to use the button at the end there instead. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Please tell me if you guys want me to show you any other stuff. If there's anything you're wondering about, please let me know, and I will make some more videos for you guys.